Hello. Welcome to Story Time with JD. I'm JD. This is Story Time. Today we're going to focus on the story of Lizzie Borden, specifically the murder which occurred in the John Morse room upstairs. You've probably heard stories about this, poems and myths and legends about the story of Lizzie Borden. We're going to try to focus on some of the facts of that case, perhaps try to make it a little bit interesting for you to listen to at the same time. Now, 9 a.m. on the day of the murder, that fateful day, we know that she was last seen alive. There's only 3 people in the house at the time: Mrs. Borden, her daughter, stepdaughter, Lizzie, and the maid, Bridget. Emma, Lizzie's sister, is out of town visiting. Mr. Borden and Uncle John, they are out of town doing business, as men do in those days. So it's just the 3 of them in the house. Bridget and Lizzie both say at 9 a.m. they saw Mrs. Borden alive. Mrs. Borden is upstairs around 9:15, 9:20, 9:30, doing, in Uncle John's room, doing whatever she's doing, housekeeping kind of stuff. Lizzie states on the record that she was downstairs ironing handkerchiefs. Now, at this point, Mrs. Borden, she's upstairs. It's around 9:30, according to forensic evidence. All this you can find out at the historic Lizzie Borden Axe Murder House and Museum. You can stay in this room if you so desire after hearing the rest of this tale. The Axe Murder Room, as it were. But Mrs. Borden, she at this point still alive, is in this room doing whatever housekeeping chores she's doing in this room when someone, by all accounts Lizzie, enters the room with an axe and delivers a blow to the back of the head above the left ear. Then a second blow in between the shoulder blades. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 inches deep. And then another 17 blows to the body and head. 19 in all. 19 blows from Lizzie Borden with an axe to her stepmother's head and back, leaving her on the floor in a puddle of her own blood. It'd be an hour and a half later that she laid there in that blood, coagulating, until Mr. Borden comes home to be murdered downstairs. We know that she was found on the floor in a puddle of her own blood, face down by the side of the bed in Uncle John's room, the John Morse room, the murder room. Because currently in the living room downstairs, if you were to go and visit the historic Lizzie Borden Axe Murder House and Museum, you would see on the wall that in this living room where the forensic autopsy took place, currently hanging on the wall to this day is a photograph taken upstairs in Uncle John's room of Mrs. Borden laying on the floor, her blood pooled around her head like a dark halo. And if you look closely at this photograph, you will see in the mirror, captured, the very camera with which it was captured. The very first crime scene photo in American history, documenting one of the most famous murders in our nation's history. Lizzie Borden, murdered Ramon, 19 whack.